The only way you can run the engine batteries dry is by leaving the ignition on.
Okay.
Otherwise, you shouldn't be able to run them dry. There's really a good charge on this boat regardless of what.
Okay.
Running them dry, that means it's like leaving your car's ignition on with the key.
Yeah.
If you have to leave it on, you're going to, in 30
Drain the
minutes,
battery.
drop this batteries. You can pop it with the
Especially
battery.
with AC on.
Yeah, it's going to go real quick.
Okay.
So I'll start the one and you can start the other. So it's just a quick power push. You see that it illuminates and then it starts. And then it started. It's really silent.
Yeah.
So you can do the other one just to give it a feel. And then hit the start. Perfect. It's
Yeah.
really good, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice system. If you had to straight switch power now, it's going to give you an alarm, which the other boats don't. It's going to tell you your engine is still running. You have to
okay.
push the stop and let the revs drop and then only switch it off. If you straight put the power, it's going to switch off the helm, but your engine's going to keep running.
Oh.
And then there's not much a way to stop it. Most of our boats have an emergency stop. This guy does not.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's really hard to put it back up. So be monitoring that. So don't just straight hit power, always stop it from there.
Okay.
A good charge for your boat, if you notice that your boat goes below 12.5, you're going to elevate your revs. This one's cool, you just push the button and you drop it. And then
Oh, you don't have to
good,
pull them out?
No.
Oh, okay.
And
Only you
then
had
the
to grab them.
1,500 RPM or 1,500 as the
Yeah.
Americans say,
Yeah.
is a good charge. Leave this for 30 minutes, maybe an hour, your boat's back up to where it's supposed to be. So it's really nice. The problem with this boat, it's the same as the lagoons. I know that the rudder is at the back on this boat, but if you go into a stern really fast, you are creating a whole lot of backwash onto those rudders. So if I go into reverse real quick, this helm is going to spin out of control and you're going to lose your steering because it'll flip that rudder around. So when you guys are going into a stern or trying to brake by going into a stern in a mooring field, have one firm grip on this helm or stand with your hips against it if you want to be using both your gears at the same time. So just make sure, or have two people up here, one holding, one maneuvering. Reversing into a place, it's pretty much better to stand where I am now because then you can kind of see what you are doing.
Yeah.
And then once again, just make sure someone's holding this helm. It's not going to do it now, but when you get to a mooring tonight and you try and brake, you're going to see this thing spinning out of control. So nice firm grip because you don't have a locking system. All right. The Garmin, a pretty simple system. You kind of know it because you were on the same system up there. The depth is reading 6.6, which is also, this one's not from the bottom of the kiln. But the scope in the BVI is if you are in 10 feet of water, I want 50 feet of chain out.
Okay.
So the scope in the BVI. So if you're in 10 feet of water, I want 50 feet of chain.
Okay.
So we're currently in 6, so multiply by 5, so you're going to put 30 feet of chain.
What's the draft?
4.
4 feet.
Yeah, but this one's not reading from the bottom of the kiln. This is 6.6 feet of water.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't put it offset, so you are in the correct feet of water.
Okay, that's
Yeah, so if
okay.
it says 0, you are on the floor. So yeah, be careful of that. Like I said, the scope is 1 to 5. I mark the chain red every 25 feet.
Okay.
However, you do have a chain counter.
I just
right
took that
around.
off and I was going to ask
Yeah.
you, what's that?
That's a chain counter. So you hit the power button there, perfect, and now it's going to come on. This thing is very accurate. It'll always read the correct amount of chain going out. It won't always read the correct
Chain
amount of chain
mounted.
going in.
Okay.
So sometimes you'll have the chain all the way back in, and it's going to say 10 feet or 12 feet. You're just going to reset it back to 0, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So this is really cool. You see there it says double tap to start. My finger doesn't work. I don't have fingerprints. So
You don't have fingerprints.
yeah, I was a gymnast, so it kind of destroyed my fingerprints. So you have to double tap there. There we go. So if I had to push down, it's going to drop the chain. You actually heard it now?
Yeah.
And they came back up.
Okay,
so
yeah.
this is really cool. This is if you are by yourself. And it's very
Ah, okay.
accurate. It's best to have someone standing up front because you can kind of see what you're doing. But then you don't have to look for the red mark. You have someone sitting up here and it's going to tell you the correct amount. If it says 12 point something or 20 feet still remaining and your anchor is fully back in, to reset your chain counter, you're going to hold the power button. You'll see there's blocks going to illuminate all the way to the end. So
Set
I
to
hold
0.
it. Yeah. So once it gets there, let's try that again. Thought my finger doesn't work well. There we go. So now it's going to go to a different screen. Oh, come on. There we go. So there you see there's 0, 0. So we're going to go 1 down to 0, 0. And then the same thing again. Hold in the power button till it illuminates fully. And then let it go. And that resets your chain counter back to 0.
Okay, and it says meters, right?
Oh, that's meters.
So do you want, can you change it to feet,
We
or do
can
you just
change it
3
to
feet
feet.
per meter?
Yeah. So it's 3 feet per meter, but I'm going to have Tim come fix that. I don't know how to There is probably a way to do it. We can try and go through it now. Let's see. Let's have a look. User setting, that should probably be it. There we go, change long.
Unit, yes.
Yeah.
Language unit.
So what do you
One
think
more.
it'll be unit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one back up. There we go.
Yeah.
Feet, there we go. Well done, guys.
See,
Now you taught me something too.
I was just gonna say you learned something. We're not gonna do fathoms.
Okay, and then we're just gonna go to back, and then back again. Okay, so we just go back.
One of the girls already asked me this morning. She goes, "How are we gonna get out of here? There's a boat in front of us."
No, that's your chase boat. You get to take that home.
Okay.
I said, "You know what?"
Yeah.
I said,
I'll be in charge of that one. Yeah.
"I go, they're gonna." I go, "They're gonna come in. They're gonna pull that out. We'll leave, and I bet they back that right in here."
Yeah, yeah. Well, that actually it's leaving our fleet. We just sold it. We only keep boats for 5 years. That's why our boats are in
Okay.
such
I
good
was
condition.
surprised that's still because a couple
Yeah,
years ago.
so they actually extended it for a year.
Yeah, 'cause it was
everyone's
supposed to
pretty
be on,
upset because
and-
I mean that's the one. It's a cool boat, but it's just giving us so much shit.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you know boats. They only
Yeah,
have
it's
like
a boat.
5
It's a
years.
boat.
I told them, I go, "Oh, you got that buggy?" I Joel had it one year, but I said a couple years ago somebody had that. And it was like had so much because I was going to switch to that, and someone told me that keeps having problems. So because we had a different boat last year, and I was going to get Wanderlust because it had that platform.
yeah.
And said, well, I went in, I said, "I'm going to probably get that," and that's when the girls told me they go, "We got a new boat coming next year," and I said, "I'll wait for that. I'll wait
we'll
for that."
wait.
This is probably the coolest boat ever. But guys, this is a very simple system. Your wind direction, your wind speed, your wind angle. Obviously, we have a system on our boats that 50 knots of wind, you come down to reef 1.
Okay.
20 knots of wind, reef 2. That's still a whole lot of sail.
Oh yeah.
25 knots of wind, stop sailing. It's going to be very unpleasant, especially the boat's going to be overpowered. You have a single line reef for your reef 1, so it's pretty simple. Just drop it to where the clew and the tack meet, the mast ring, and then you just tighten up the sail. You know how to do because you did that on Sayona, right?
Yeah.
But your second reef is a strap. That means you're going to be making your own.
Oh, okay.
You shouldn't have to. The wind speed is currently 9. Out there it'll be probably 10. You might come down to reef 1, but you probably won't need reef 2 for the rest of the week. Let me just show you how the reef 2 works so that you guys kind of know.
Isn't this the? How do you get this